Of a great player, but they have a lot of really good players, and certainly their depth will be challenged in the early going. They've got a lot of guys out with injuries.
Beal off the screen, nicely done. 3:45 to play in the quarter. Beal, he's open for a jumper and hits it. 1%. Beal, a lot of contact, steps back and hits his ribs after that. Beal curling around the screen. He gets open from 16 and drains it.
Still in a limited role at just 20 minutes to take as much stress off that knee as possible. Bradley Beal knocks down a fall-away jumper. Beal coming off a year where he averaged close to 23 a game. Beal, who is 3 of 3 in 15 minutes with 17 points, takes it on a screen. And banks a tough one up there after a nice little play.
I'll tell you, got to block him off. Out of order.
To a pretty good start.
And the steal by Beal. Some carelessness cost the Warriors. Yes, they did. Down to 3. Beal with the step back. 82-6. We're 5 games in, Jim, but Clay's three-point shooting, and they may have to come around on the road.
That's a great catch by Justin Jackson.
Beal with the jumper. And we have got a back-and-forth game here in Sacramento, 87-86. John Wall.
Off the glass, won't get it to go. Beal, head of steam. Bank shot. It's one thing that...
Johnny Mac.
How's it going, fellas?
Going great, brother. Glad to have you with us here in the third period.
From the field. Shooter, good job, stays with Beal, but Beal just a little bit better and banks it home.
And that's offensive better for me.
He said he loves it too. He said it's great for the game. Beal, smooth jumper again. Beal's 9 for.
Wall waits for a screen by Howard. The switch off with Canner into the corner for Beal. He pulls up for the jumper and hits. Nothing but net from the all-star Bradley Beal.
Lobbed it up there for DeAndre.
Averaging almost 5 assists a game as a rookie. Doncic has 2 so far. A jump shot.
Basket Dallas desperately needed.
Porter on a post-up. Corner 3. Beal hits it. I think that turnover is committed now in the third quarter after 6 in the entire first half. Beal on the bounce. Got that to go over Jordan.
And the thing with Beal is that he will continue.
Magic family, appreciate all the memories. God bless, guys.
Mike Doliak, what a good guy. Now a high school coach. Brad Beal knocks down a jump shot. Beal. Soft touch by Bradley Beal.
Really hurt them. 1-6 on the road. They need to win some home games to get back in the East.
Beal knocks in the jumper. He has 7, and the one win came in the first game of that road trip.
Wall gets it to Beal now. Nice little stutter step to the foul line and knocks down the first jumper of the game pure.
That was pretty, wasn't it? That hesitation just
push the other way. That's pure.
Yeah, that's a nice job. A really nice job on that you've performed to this point. It should make you angry that you're 5-11. And now you have to transfer that to the basketball court, to the hardwood. And it's just...
Beal trying to blow past on the baseline, spins, and knocks down a mid-range jumper, making a 5-point game again.
Switch, perfectly done. How good was JV? Second night of a back-to-back in Atlanta, 24 points. And he pulled down 13 rebounds, both season best. 10-0 run, Jack. He was plus 28 on Wednesday in Atlanta. And the bucket is good. And that ends. And exceed that intensity. 2-point game. Beal for the tie. He does.
So smooth. You chase him off the line, he's got that.
Moore already has 6 points for the Pels, who have the lead by 1. Beal will spot up and knock it down. Bradley Beal averaging Oregon Beal gets free for his jumper. That's good. 20 points for Bradley Beal. 20. That's a big play right there. 4-point play. Beal on the baseline. Got two of them back.
At least length on Bryant. If they can get him downstairs occasionally as well. It'll be Bradley Beal. Smart. An early lead.
Bradley Beal, Wizards attack the mismatch early.
Yeah, but match the energy of your guards. Bradley Beal. Too good a player not to fill it up. Put on the line. A long two for Beal.
Beal drives, stops on a dime. What a play. And Kenny Atkinson will. Beal's jumper, good.
Oh, that's been a money area for the Wizards, right? John Wall.
30 attempts. John Collins, Maxi Kleber. Jared Allen is right there. Bradley Beal with a 15-footer that's good.
Knicks wearing their City Edition uniforms tonight. Bradley Beal's jump shot is good.
Beal is the real deal, folks.
We're all season. Bad pass.
Porter again. 2 steals now for Porter.
And 2 blocks. Bradley Beal pull-up jumper.
Stopping and popping was Beal. And that's what...
An excellent pass as well from Kevin Knox. Beal steps back. His jumper's good.
It's a 2-pointer. He was straddling the arc.
Austin Rivers got poked in the eye.
But again, look at the activity with John Collins.
Bradley Beal connects. This guy's by 1. Bryant. Beal again. Moves in. Baseline. Rainbow is a beauty.
That's where he killed.
Beal uses glass and now is up to 23. His season high is 32.
He is not into this game. Double T doing a good job saying, I'm involved in the game. We're not worried about what the Wizards are doing.
Beal jumps and hits.
Endless time passing game with the follow-up.
So he gets his second NBA field goal. Beal rising and scores.
Boy.
And back to your point.
Dude.
Beal trying to create space, did, and hit it. So he's hit 3 in a row. Yep. A few games ago for Dwight Howard, says he just energizes us. And he's earned that opportunity. Beal plants and hits it. Pure stroke, Bradley Beal. Getty dealing with Markieff Morris. Now they cleared out for Beal on a drive against Larry Nance Jr. and pulled up and hit it.
They have outscored the Wizards since their last lead at 50-49 late second quarter.
Great defense. If he makes it, he just makes it. Help from the Donovan.
Oubre and Jeff Green.
Good defense. That's a tough shot. That's good defense. That is a tough shot that Beal made.
Financial Bridge. It's always positive when your dunks inspire new dance moves from the bench. That's a telltale sign that your teammate, D'Angelo Russell, 3 of 10 from the floor, 1 of 4 from 3. Beal's jumper is good, and it is a...
But also not allowing John Wall or Bradley Beal to get downhill.
Beal leans in and banks it home. It's a 4-point game.
And you've got a dynamic backcourt.
Silver Spring. Bradley Beal takes his first shot, and that is good.
Rips? They don't have rips? Okay.
I prefer to have them fully clothed.
We gotta get you some, Buck.
Here's Bradley Beal, and he hits, and you'll see number 84 in the game for Washington.
About Christmas presents.
He got a present.
For his kids. Yeah, there's a present.
He just got a present. You see, Brad Beal has come back a little bit more.
Scott Brooks, you had a good look at him. He says, look, he does all the things that we need. He can shoot. So can that kid. He is a dynamic with that.
Ball needs to move, needs to be reversed.
Yeah, a lot of standing around. I'd like to see Galloway get a few more touches. Washington does it with Beal. Although just 3 from...
Into the corner, Ariza for 3, no good. Chased down by Beal from 15 feet, got it. Nicely done. Beal on a step back. Tough shot by Bradley Beal. He's got 27 to lead.
John Wall was this team's best player to do that. And so that's going to be a challenge for them moving forward, is who can create shots. And that's the guy that's most equipped to handle the loss of.
5 to shoot. Beal with a crossover, the jumper. Got it!
The line would have been an illegal position and a foul.
10-point lead for Miami as Beal launches and buries it. A laser beam 15.
Satoransky back up to Beal. Beal dances in the corner, wants another one, and he's feeling it after seeing that first one go.
Pressure on the ball by the Thunder's bigs.
All right, thanks, Nick. That's 1 through 5. Everybody defending and everybody trying to get their hand on the ball as that ball drops in. Pinballs off the rim, but you know that
time. Oh, we already heard that, right? I'm just reminding you of that.
Beal.
He just continues.
Beal is having him
jumped, and what you worry about that is all of a sudden committing the charge and that basket being negated. Ben went straight up and down. Look at Beal. Get an easy two, nice post up. Pass from Korkmaz and JoJo.
That time the Sixers spotted the mismatch with Embiid on Decker.
Well, Beal is picking up the intensity a little bit on defense now. Beal with a great move. Couple of them. Oh, was that pretty? Shaken. Beal, high off the glass. Pretty play. Beal against Anunoby. Baseline pull-up. Beautifully done. 23 for Beal. Maybe looking at another great one.
Well, as long as Grandma Besta shoots it, teaches him the shooting form.
Like Bradley just did. More aggressiveness, better defense, more hustle. More lane brought in. Yes, more lane for sure. To switch. On the fly, Beal.
Euro step into defense, laid that right over the front of the rim, just got physical at the point of attack.
Doesn't for White, but he left Beal for just a moment on that.
Done a pretty good job on a backup role for them, though, getting the opportunity.
That's what it takes in this league.
Beal, an open look, you might as well put it in the book when he lets it fly.
You're right.
Great reads, and we're making the right decisions. We got to continue to do that.
Sounds good. Thanks. Back to you, Fred.
Simple keys. Thanks, Angel. Thanks, Coach. As Jetty knocks down a 3 while Beal hits the 2.
Terrific season.
I love everybody named Bogdanovich in this league. They're both outstanding players, both in Sacramento and Indiana.
Beal hits. I think there's
assistant general managers like Adam Simon, Gerson Rojas, and Trajan Langdon. We've been so fortunate.
Bradley Beal banks it home. Anybody else you want to get in?
No.
Left Stanford is their all-time leading scorer.
Over 2,300 points, I believe, Mike.
Beal, 21 for control here in this fourth. 4 to shoot. Bradley Beal, pull-up jumper. That's good. 3-pointer for Beal. What an...
Beal from 17, good. Beal knocks that one to 2011 Lefty Drizel Award winner for the nation's top defender. Beal, the open shot, good.
Keep their distance.
Beal steps back, baseline, beautifully done.
Yeah, that's it. And I'd attack that right there. I'd come down and run the same action again. If there's
much space on the floor, I'm not sure I've seen in the NBA games I've watched a team that spaces the floor better than Milwaukee.
Beal step back jumper drops.
51 games. The year Russell Westbrook gets tangled with Patrick Beverley, and you know, that blows a season. Like, life as a coach in the NBA is 10.
Doctor was watching the Wizards go on a 7-0 run that was just stopped, but they continue to add to it.
But to come out and play the games that they've been able to play tonight has got to make fans excited about what can happen here down the stretch of the season for the.
On the defense, they have to get back. Beal. Oh, what a screen by Thomas Bryant. Good score. Wow, that was a nice screen. Robbins got to get.
He's checked by Zach Levine. Beal at the top. Aims, fires, scores.
He now becomes the scorer.
In essence, he kind of is, isn't he? Comes up shooting and scoring off that screen. Bryant, big screen. Spinning back out. McRae didn't know what to do with it. Beal does. Jumper is good. McRae had no idea what.
McRae gives it back to Beal. High glass fadeaway, and it falls. What a shooter. Yeah, now there's a travel. Even if you are Bradley Beal. Beal stops and fires and fills it up. Don't let him.
Man game at the back end anyway, traditionally with the screen and roll.
Well, the high screen and roll. Look at Jonas Valanciunas last night in Memphis.
Good for him. Congratulations.
Yeah. And the shot doesn't go as he tries to work against Wesley Johnson in his 9th season. Originally selected by Minnesota, 4th overall. Jumper good. Has had to deal with a ton of injuries and losing John Wall, all-star. As
so James Borrego and the Brain Trust with the Hornets deciding to make a change to the starting lineup with 25 games remaining in the regular year. Two-pointer,
aggressive offensively.
Remember, the magic number for the Hornets usually is 27 if Bradley Beal gets a bucket. James Borrego and his staff generally saying that if they... Bradley Beal. Beal, who has played every minute of this quarter, hits the shot and then has... Did he ever get you?
Absolutely.
Alvin Robertson was tremendous defensively.
Somebody that played in the Alvin Robertson era said that he didn't get him.
See Portland here a week from Sunday.
Bradley Beal's going to have to go to the oxygen mask. Played every single minute of the third quarter. Now in the...
What I'm seeing from Indiana right now is a playoff defense.
Yeah, I mean, they're #1 in the league in fewest points allowed, 103 per game.
Yesterday when I talked to him in Charlotte, he feels really good. Think about this too, Buck Gary. He's been playing a lot of out of position for him, playing a lot of minutes against fives in this league, and he's done a really good.
Beal shaking and baking and scoring. Played with the Portland Trailblazers. In fact, DeMonis was born in Portland. Bradley Beal shakes free and scores. 17.
Now by the Nets. Ariza. Work it to Beal, who's back in. Spin over Graham. Book it off the window. First foul on Russell. 5-point deficit for Brooklyn. Patented step back Bradley Beal. Copyright that.
I wanted the guys to entry, so I want people to send entries if you guys want me to roast you. That's what I want. If you want me to roast you, send to where Brooklyn at and say I want to get roasted.
Other I think is gone. That's what I think is happening.
Beal with a slick little move and a nice jump shot. 2-point game, 51-49.
And how ironic is it that Doncic was the 3rd pick by Atlanta and dealt for Trae Young and a 2019 first round. And that's his second 3-ball of the game. Beal, he'll try to get it back, and he does.
Not happy with those first 12 minutes of play. He said, listen, we didn't touch anybody. We got 19 games left. He's got to play with a sense of urgency. And I asked him about Luka Doncic and the way he got started. He says, we have to push him.
Sam Decker off the Wizards bench. Tough shot for Beal. Got it.
Gets sent down to the G League to work on getting better. What are some of the things that he focuses on with the Swarm? Bradley Beal of an in.
They run the same type of...
Putting Jabari Parker in the torture chamber this time.
Taj, who got ejected in Detroit for that flagrant 2.
Man, how about that?
Beal's going to let a little time go off. Got the high screen. Will take it himself. And back-to-back buckets. Shoes that we've talked about in the past. Could be they decided to add it after they made the print. Bradley Beal just found a rebound. And then he found a 3. Ryan Son.
Right now, you got to go to Bradley Beal, right?
Beal. Foot was on the line. Long 2 for Beal.
They 18 in the first half, down by 1 at halftime. Beal. Open jumper. Good. Bradley Beal. Not
bad loss because that's a bad team.
Right. Well, they had 27 wins the year before.
Right. And you look at how they've played this year, how they've competed, and how they put themselves in a position.
Correction, Aaron Gordon. And here's Beal from 15 feet. Rattles it in. He went down looking for a foul, uncalled.
Defense puts them in a dilemma whether they're going to switch or not, and that gave Bradley Beal the lane to the basket.
Nice screen. Beal the open jumper. The Wizards are back up on top by 1. The final pass and pick it off. Beal for the short jumper, good. Beal on a step back, big shot, right at the... Kept the Wizards after the Hornets with that defensive rating of 113.9. They haven't been able to stop Bradley Beal, that's for sure. Beal with Bacon. Bradley on a step back. He is on fire. 23 points.
Keep it clean. It's a family show.
Yeah.
It's all property.
Other people's property, like Monopoly,
So MC Light is performing also tonight.
He attacked the paint like few players on the Wizards roster do. And he had the ability to get to the rim.
There's Bradley Beal's first.
Look at him face guarding Bradley Beal. He's trying to be a pest, annoying as a player.
Oh, that's a tough shot, right? Over 2 million cars sold and counting. There's Bradley Beal with a high arcing.
Zataransky. Beal. And that'll count if it goes. And handed back to Beal. Turns to Jabari Parker to Beal. He rises and scores. Oh, big shot. Ties the game.
All right, Buck, thank you very much. Dr. Robert Pack, he says we've got to execute our coverages better. Over-helping a little bit there in that first half in terms of the weak side threes. Denver was able to...
We have a 2-point game, 4:15 to go here. Lakers are up as Beal comes off, firing to knot it up.
You leave him out there, you're going to have to rest him at the start of the fourth.
Beal with the pull-up. Got it. It's a long 2, they say. In the face
can bucket here in the opening quarter. 8-5 Utah. Jumper, sweep, down the barrel, bucket by Beal. Answers back, his 4th bucket of the night. Rubio, 8 points, 2 assists in 14 minutes. Where the threes are falling.
They're hot too. We mentioned the Jazz.
Zataransky behind the 3-point line, out to Portis. Looks inside, hands it back to Beal. Stop and pop jumper, up and good.
That's a money shot for Bradley Beal.
Didn't see him last time they played. Otto Porter, Lowry Markkanen, as you mentioned, Chris Dunn. Here's Beal with his jumper that's good. Wiz down by 4. Beal gets an open look at the jumper and hits nothing but net. Oh, the guy's got a Carolina hat on for Chris Miller in honor of him. Beal off the glass, rolls it in. He goes flat on the floor.
He's played in only 31 games. Beal guarded by Hunter on a step back. Oh, able to knock it down.